the dark and the negative aspects of a student's life. An individual passes through different stages in life. One of the most promising yet inauspicious phase is the student's life. People say student's life is full of joy and happiness, but no, not really. Not everyone has a beautiful school life. Some go through a really tough time. And yes, that's the most unuttered issue in our society. Well, I think we should talk about it. So here's Team 15 bringing out the unexpressed side of a student's life. And here we go.
Lack of self confidence. If the students are suffering from low self esteem, it can impact everything in their life, from socializing with others to dealing with academic challenges. It can decrease their desire to learn in short term as well as throughout their entire life. 85% of world's population are affected by low self-esteem. Self-esteem statistics also show that where the self-esteem programs have been introduced into the school setting, it has been found that such programs can significantly reduce the incidence of antisocial behavior in the schools, as well as the reduced vandalism and the incident of verbal or physical aggression by 40 to 50%. High self esteem plays an important role in academic achievements, social, and personal responsibility.
Overthinking is not in itself a medical term, but research shows the habit can have a real impact on our well being. Oftentimes, overthinking involves focusing the negative, rehearsing the past, dwelling on a bad experience, or worrying about the future. When it becomes destructive to our life or really impairs our daily functioning, overthinking can also affect physical health. Overthinking is a national epidemic among the young and middle aged adults, but in reality, rarely among the older adults. Overthinkers are significantly more likely to abuse drugs and alcohol, and overthinking may push some individuals to consider or attempt suicide.
Family pressure. Yes, we all know parents want the best for their children. They often dream of their children attending the best of universities and then securing a most respectable job in modern society. But when the students are burdened with such high expectation, good intention go astray. Children are expected to score high in order to make their parents proud. But what happens when they are crushed by overly high expectations and are unable to achieve? Parental pressure leads to stress and anxiety. The child always has their nose in books, is stressed, and faces anxiety and fear falling. A 2013 survey by the Pew Research Center found that 64% of Americans say parents do not put enough pressure on children to do well in school. One children might be less likely to perform at their best if they don't get enough pressure from their parents.
Down to liberate energy.
Formula for speed. Distance into time. Concentrate, Maisa. You're really not going to make me proud this time.
बेटा you have already revised this 3 times.
नो
Probably.
हमारी बात हुई थी ना 90% लाओगे तो ही पीएस मिलेगा
Probably.
नो
अच्छे से एग्जाम देना बेटा चाची के सामने नाक मत कटवाना रोज से ज़्यादा अच्छे मार्क्स हैं ठीक है बेटा I know you will get good marks. चलो खा लो बेटा.
आई नीड टोटल सारे
You have to make me proud, remember, no? Hey, cheer up.
Studies show that Due to pure financial management, overspending, and living away from family is the main cause that students encounter financial problems. Students are unable to cope with high standards of studying as well as difficulty in paying fees due to low income, spending tendency, and high debt levels. Financial problem can take a huge toll on your mental and physical health, your relationship, and your overall quality of life. Feeling beaten down by money worries can adversely affect your studies, sleep, self-esteem, and energy level.
आर्थिक स्थिति ठीक ना है हमारी। एक रोटी के बारे में सोचूं बापू की, कि कोचिंग के बारे में सोचूं, यह हालत है। कर्जा हो रखे हैं। घर वालों को विश्वास है कि इस बार तो निकाल लूंगा। घना फोर्स किया, कोचिंग कर कोचिंग कर। मैंने विश्वास दिलवाया, मैंने कोचिंग की कोई जरूरत ना है, मैंने कर दी। मैंने अब उनकी रोटी छीन के कोचिंग तो ना होगी मुझसे, होगी। तो ना करी इस साल।
Now let's focus on one of the most important topic that face problem in student life, that is lack of self-determination. Determination is a positive emotional feeling that involves persevering towards a goal in spite of hurdles. If a person lacks self-determination, they might instead look for other things that they can blame. They might make excuses or refuse to admit their own role. Perhaps the person won't feel motivated to fix the mistake. Instead, they might feel helpless to control the situation. In 2020, only 18.8% of Americans were very satisfied with their job position. So, if a student are self-determined, they are more likely to feel motivated to achieve.
Bullying. The problem of bullying is quite common in high school. According to study, 80% of school children report being bullied at one time or other. Bullying is or can be done individually or in a group. One can even remain anonymous when bullying. Bullying takes place at all levels of life, but one common place of bullying turns out to be schools. Bullying and schools violence not only cause individual, social and emotional problems but also overall lost time or real learning.
Depression. While anxiety comes from worrying about the future, depression is a consequence of being stuck in the past. Of course, there's more to depression if you look at it as a sickness or disorder, but simply put, thinking about past events over and over again makes you miserable. Some people carry around the heavy cross of the past every moment of their life. Every day they remind themselves of the things that happened and the things that could have gone differently. What if, they ask themselves. But hey, whatever you do, the past cannot be changed. It's great to take the lessons generated by your life experiences with you to make better decisions in the future. However, worrying about those experiences is absolute nonsense. Like anxiety, depression can lead to suicidal thoughts, and thus suicide itself.
Suicide. College is a time of significant transition. Many students are living away from the home for the first time and have less access to support from family and friends. Along with increased freedom and independence, students face greater stress from a variety of sources, such as increased academic demands, adjusting to a new environment, and developing a new support system. College also provides an opportunity to experiment with alcohol and other drugs, which may compound problem with mood and increase the risk for suicide. In a recent national survey, 16% of college students reported being diagnosed with a depressive disorder, many within the last year. Over 90% of persons who commit suicide have a diagnosable mental disorder, typically a depressive disorder or substance abuse disorder.
Student of a Delhi school has committed suicide. Parents have now blamed the school authorities for putting too much pressure on her.
The 15-year-old girl, who was a resident of Noida, apparently failed in her examination. Her parents allege it was a deliberate move by the teachers to fail her, as she had often complained about the teachers who scolded her regularly and threatened to fail her in the examinations. Shocking case, a class 9 student taking her own life.
Okay, that was quite disturbing. So yes, the life of a student is intriguing and full of various events. We just analyzed the dark side of a student life. As you realize, each one of them isn't unreal, and you are not the only one who faces these difficulties. You shouldn't be thrown into confusion, because mostly it is enough to take a fresh look at the challenges, and a solution will come on its own. Thank you for being so patient. Stay tuned for the next video to know how to deal with these difficulties. Till then, goodbye, take care.